Welcome to Tranquil Beginnings TV. I'm Hillary Gilio, your pediatric sleep specialist and family coach. Today, I'm here to talk to you all about Spring Forward with sleep tips for the time change coming up on March 13th for 2022. However, these tips apply to any year Spring Forward. So the good news is Spring Forward is usually the better of the time changes. So if I had it my way, daylight savings time wouldn't exist. It is just a headache for parents, a headache for children's sleep schedules, and it deserves some attention when we're talking about your child's sleep. As I said, Spring Forward can be an okay one. So if you have a naturally early riser, but everything else in their sleep schedule works for you and works for them, then you could choose to simply do nothing. So a 5 a.m. riser automatically becomes a 6 a.m. riser. A 6 a.m. riser becomes a 7 a.m. riser, and everything in the schedule simply falls an hour later. So again, you want to make sure the whole schedule is working. It's just early. Then you can go back to worrying about it come fall back time. However, if you have done the work and your child is on what feels like a great sleep schedule for them and for you and for your life, then we want to put in the effort to get them back on track so that the time change doesn't make things all messed up. So I'm a big advocate for waiting until the time change actually happens. There are strategies you can do where you kind of do the work leading up, the week leading up to the time change. I prefer to not stress about it, to not think about it, and then on Sunday when the time changes, that's when we start making changes. So on Sunday, for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, for the first 3 days, my advice is that you split the difference of the hour time change. So if normally your baby gets up at 7, I want you to get them up at 7:30. This is going to feel like 6:30 on their body. So it's going to feel like a little earlier. The clock's going to say a little bit later. If you are following an awake window schedule rather than a fixed by the clock schedule, then you'll simply follow your wake windows throughout the day, and bedtime should naturally kind of follow suit. If your child is on a set schedule or a fixed schedule by the clock, then you're going to want to do the same thing for nap and bedtime. So if nap is normally at noon, you're going to push it to 12:30 on the clock. It's going to feel like 11:30. You'll do that for 3 days. If bedtime is normally 7 p.m., you're going to push it to 7:30. It's going to feel like 6:30 on the body. Then on Wednesday, you want to get back onto the normal schedule. In this example, that is 7, noon, and 7. This helps give them a few days for their body to adjust to the time change rather than just jumping to the whole hour on day one. Now, it may not be perfect come Wednesday, but if you are consistent and you just kind of hold the expectations around sleep otherwise, this will help them kind of acclimate to the new time and get through it much quicker. On average, it's about a week for most kiddos to kind of feel back on track with everything kind of settling. I have seen some kids who take a little bit longer, a couple of weeks, but for most kiddos, it's about a week. So the first 3 days, you'll split the difference, getting them up 30 minutes later by the clock, gonna feel like 30 minutes earlier, back to the normal time come Wednesday. Stay strong, y'all get through it. Usually easier than fall back, but I will be back here to walk you through that one when the time comes. Hope that helps. See you next time.